Play of the game from way down.
True, Silence, Rainer getting absolutely
A team wipe.
The living bomb's going.
Oh my goodness, the ring! Bombstastic gonna find Rainer!
All right, welcome back everybody to part 4 of our replay casting today. As apparently we've got a cat on the microphone.
Yeah, sorry. Luna is excited to be here and join in on the fun.
There you go. As you can tell, I am joined today by my wonderful esteemed co-host Lulu from the Nexus Cats. And we're going to see a matchup here between the Division D West teams, WeThePepegas and Waiting on Cherry. And already, let's just like right out of the gate, I'm excited about this just because of the names.
Yeah, they're good names, and also big fan of the Waiting on Cherry logo.
Indeed. Actually, both of these. I like the Pepe with his hands up. Like, that's, yeah, funny to me. All right, so our map bans here, let's check it out. For WeThePepegas, we're starting off with the Cursed Hollow ban and Towers of Doom ban. Over there at Waiting on Cherry, we have the bans on Brax's Holdout and Tomb of the Spider Queen. And our first map is going to be Infernal Shrines. We are still in a group? Yeah, okay, good. I heard an interesting term yesterday. I don't know if... Have you heard this one before? Somebody told me yesterday that I was wearing a it was a Harry Potter Gryffindor like hoodie, and the guy, I went to see Star Wars, and the guy at the counter, the concession counter, said, "Wow, your shirt is really," and I want to say he said droopy, maybe. And I was like, I gave him the you know, boomerist look of like, I have no clue what the hell you just said. And I was like, okay. And he says, oh, no, that's good. That's just what us young pups say. And I'm like, thanks, whatever.
Yeah, us young pups? Were those the words that actually came out of his mouth?
Something like that, yeah, actually. It was very close to that. But, you know, I had to translate it into old person speak, so, you know, I can't remember exactly what he said. But is that a term you or anybody out there in chat have heard? Droopy or something? It sounded something like that. I think it was droopy.
No. You're sure that he wasn't insulting it?
I mean,
it was droopy.
He said it in a positive way.
Sorry for the
Drippy, it was drippy. That's correct, Dax. It was drippy, not droopy.
Drippy? That doesn't sound better. That sounds worse.
Doesn't it?
I don't want to have drippy clothing.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Okay. We've eliminated those. We're good. We can start on the game. And Mantis, we'll get a little bit of Alice time in here when the game is over. In between. All right, so let's go ahead and get our teams introduced here. So again, WeThePepegas versus Waiting on Cherry. Off here to the left. Make sure this is correct, yeah. All right, so off here to the left, we have a Freya on... Oh, I did not do that right. All right, we got to turn that off. How do I turn those off? There are pop-ups. There we go. Pay no attention to pop-ups. We've got a Freya on Ariel. ETC going to be played by Battle Hill. Chelsea going to be playing Tychus. Ryder on the Li-Ming. And Durlock on Leoric.
And for Waiting on Cherry, they've got Dax on the Blaze. Death Punisher on Stukov. Chameleon TDK on Raynor. Oh, there's a fight breaking out here.
That's okay. Nobody's gonna die. You can finish.
Darth Cherrywood on the Johanna and Mr. Potato Head on Jaina.
Mr. Potato Head. That's old school. Now somebody's gonna die. Tychus, the first blood of the game here, coming out in favor of Waiting on Cherry. And you know, I do have to say, it is kind of fortuitous that Waiting on Cherry is on the red side. Makes it a little bit easier to remember which team is on which side, you know?
That's true.
So, yeah. So there you go. Let's see, what do we have for talents here? So, Combat Tactician for Tychus. I really like that talent, by the way. That is a great talent. Reducing the cooldown of your minigun by 8 seconds, so from 12 seconds down to 8, makes it so that it's up almost all the time. And that makes it just huge for shredding tanks. The one challenge is if you go in the rhythm at 4 and the duration of your minigun extends, well, the duration or the cooldown doesn't start until you finish your minigun. So it can be a little bit challenging to make sure that you're keeping your run and gun to reduce your cooldown if somebody's, say, chasing you down.
Right.
All the siege camps so far here being picked up by Waiting on Cherry, and it looked like they were considering maybe going in to invade, but I guess they were just trying to check to see where the rest of the team was, although they were on vision, so I don't know.
I'm still thinking about it.
I don't know. Now that the team's there, they're like, we'll go ahead and soak these lanes. Now, Ariel does have a nice, healthy hope bar, although Tychus falling very low is going to make her use all of that to heal him up. As Li Ming throwing these orbs. But Johanna's on the point here, and Tychus is just going to get taken out. That silence lurking arm from Stukov helping to secure the victory there. Especially with his level 1 low blow. So we're going to see Blaze going into Meltdown at 4. At level 1 taking the reduced cooldowns. So not having to concern himself with taking new habits in that Unstoppable. Which I mean, I generally take new habits anyway because the Unstoppable is just so nice and the cooldown reduction is fantastic. But I think into a mosh pit, potentially, I think that would have been the way to go. We'll see.
We'll see how it plays out.
Detainment strike onto Darth Cherrywood there, sending him into the wall, and ETC going in behind. But Chelsea's the one who's fallen low as the team getting the Tychus damage. ETC's going to be the first to die, though, as they switch and find themselves a beefcake, and they're going to send back Leoric as well. Well, I guess they're not sending him back because he's still here.
Back to the grave, so he can be ghosty for a little bit.
You bring the warmth of life into my tomb? Yes, apparently he does. So it is going to be in the rhythm, so as I mentioned there, Tychus is just shredding Johanna, ultimately bringing Johanna down to about 10% of her health there. But 28 to 35, so this is still strongly in favor of Waiting on Cherry, especially with that lurking arm coming out. ETC's going to get a big power slide, but no follow-up because he's just by himself. He's going to make it out, it looks like, as the team not going to give chase. Level 7's available for Waiting on Cherry, and this Arcane Punisher is coming up for some fun times here. Li Ming has no mana, by the way. That's like her last Arcane Orb for the next 12 minutes. Or that one might be. What does she have? What does she take at one? Oh, Aetherwalker. So she actually does have free teleports, but that's it. So I don't know how she's getting enough mana to cast these. Well, fair enough. Those orbs providing a pretty solid defense, pushing the team back. Ultimately, only the wall down as the siege camp now going to be rotated onto and picked up. So Dax, is that actually a decent term, like to call something or a person or whatever drippy? Is that like a positive thing? Like, are we just crazy? Because it doesn't sound positive. Dax is like, I'm not talking anymore.
It was Li Ming's level 4 talent, by the way.
Oh, good point. Good point. Yes, thank you. Getting that extra 40 mana back every time she hits with that arcane orb. So Oriole taking a little bit of a different build here as well. The Swift Sweep, Majestic Span, so the extra radius as well, and now into Energized Chord, so getting that additional auto attack hope generation.
You say different build, that's the build I play.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, Oriole's dead, so clearly it didn't work out for her.
Be bad at Ariel?
It's not what I said at all. ETC is next to fall as Leoric as well had died up in the up over there by the shrine itself. No, it just depends on, you know, the team that you're playing against and the heroes and everything. Like, especially with that, I would assume that she's probably going to take the blind for Raynor at 13. But like, consider, if you will, Searing Light on Infernal Shrines. Because your heroes are all going to be up in the shrine area. You get so much value out of that, and like practically a full hope bar from using your what's the name of the heal called?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You also get a lot of hope from just the sweepy thing.
Sure. All right. Well, there's Blessed Shield coming out from Johanna. ETC kind of zoning out the backline here as Leoric as well. Somehow, I'm surprised that didn't turn vastly in the other direction there. Jaina falling, but so is ETC. But the health bars here on the side of Waiting on Cherry so very low. Sorry, you can continue there. I didn't want to let that go.
Probably wasn't important.
Okay. So Dax says it's a term for style, swag, sexy. Let me tell you, this hoodie, not any of those things. Not even close. Maybe a little bit. It was kind of neat. It is kind of neat. Two of my least favorite colors, red and yellow. All right. ETC in the bot lane. Here comes. I was gonna say I don't understand why unless he's got stage dive, which there it is. He's gonna power slide in, knocking him back. Johanna getting thrown against the wall, uses the Iron Skin to get out, and Leoric taking all the damage is going to fall, trying to Wraith walk out. Blaze is gonna get that jet propulsion in. ETC is the next getting low there. The penetrating round nearly getting the Oriole, but was able to stay alive. I just thought of another song combo. I'll come back to that. Dark Cherry Wood going in on the Johanna with absolutely no mana. Use that Condemn to pull everybody together, but the Entomb not enough to get the kill onto her there. The Silence lurking arm there from Sukov helping to prevent that. I hate to tell you, this was not a millennial Mantis. This was a Gen Z for sure. Silence coming out again. And Johanna's still somehow alive after all of this, with no mana, no health, and Durlock's the one. There we go. There we go. And the reset's coming out for Li Ming, who, by the way, is the only player on the side of WeThePepegas who has any health.
You don't need health, you just need hope.
Yeah, okay.
Which they also don't have.
Nope, Chameleon gonna fall there with the ETC. And ultimately, I mean, health is a resource. If you have more than one, you're fine, and if you're at 0, then you're not so fine. Tyka's, however, going to follow along with the Raynor. And ETC getting the power slide in, gonna take out the Blaze. Li Ming looking for more resets. They get the kill onto Jaina, and this looks like, with only Johanna coming back here and Stukov, this should be a WeThePepegas shrine now. What? I didn't even look there, because there was no reason for Leoric to die there. There was nobody to kill him. I'm so confused at how that just happened.
Well, Stukov did it.
I mean, I saw that. Well, all right. So that's going to be a free Punisher clear here for Darth. We're waiting on Cherry. I was going to say Darth Cherrywood because, of course, Cherry is the one that they are generally waiting on. Siege camp's being called here by the teams as looking for the quick, aggressive rotation. They should have enough time to do this as long as they fully commit to it, which they pretty much are. But waiting on Cherry's on their way, so they got to get out of there quickly. And Li Ming's starting on her side here. Again, has no mana. And at level 1, again, Aether Walker, so she doesn't have any mana return, no power hungry or force armor to give her that mana return from globes, or just passive when she's low. And siege camps here in mid and bot lane. Kind of wonder if they're going to get their shaman camp. Like, it wouldn't make sense for me to see that. I don't think they would. Right now, instead, they're going to try to push in with the siege camp at the bottom. Blessed Shield going out, hits both ETC and Ariel, but the stage dive not going off quickly enough to save ETC. And I do kind of wonder, where would he have gone?
Anywhere but there, I think.
True. But as we see here, Oriel popping off with that resurrection. ETC's back on the map, and he's got full health because that's a thing now. And waiting on Cherry now, 16. They're going to make their way over here and finish up this bottom fort. How much health is that? Oh, dang it. I wanted to click and see how much it had. It had no visible health. It had to be like single digits. But Freya here, yeah, going to fall. ETC trying to get that power slide in, but not enough. Not when there's 4 of them chasing after. Now, keep in mind, too, that Oriel can resurrect herself. And the cooldown is up. How long is that cooldown? 80 seconds. It feels like she just used it on ETC, though. Li Ming and Leoric up in the top here, getting caught out a little bit, so quite a bit of damage going in onto Li Ming, keeping in mind, of course, that she has glass cannon, so she has very limited health.
Like you said earlier, only need 1 hit point to stay alive.
That is true. That's my philosophy, and that's why I die so much.
But you don't die enough to get wreck $1 million, though.
That's true. That's true.
Very inconsiderate of you.
I do like this play here from Waiting on Cherry. They are waiting on this Punisher, this Frozen Punisher, to come up before they get their Shaman camp. And they'll be able to clear this out, presumably. Maybe. I don't know. I guess Leoric's hanging out with this. So we'll have to keep an eye on this fight up in the top as the shrine picked up. Looks like we got a bit of a fight, so we'll check. Oh, good timing to see that just went down.
Wow. That was a lot of damage.
Yeah. Almost missed it, too. Yes, don't swap, it's Mimi. Yeah. Dax was like, hey, maybe Arrow's gonna miss all of that. Nah. Not all of it, just the beginning part of it. So 20 to 30, there we go, on the skeletal defenders here. And Mr. Potato Head says, hey, you know what? I want to get some stuff going in this other lane while we push down in this bottom toward the keep. And why wouldn't you? In fact, I expect them to come in and get this mid siege camp as well. No? No, we're not going to do that? All right. No, they're going to get the bottom siege camp. I feel like that's the worst decision of the two. Oh, no! Oh, you guys didn't tell me that Leoric was going to die.
He was fine the last time I looked.
Everything's fine. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now Dax says kill incoming. Of course. Thanks. You're a little late for that, buddy. All right. Taika's popping the Odin here. We've got the siege camp present. And Big roots getting some Li Ming value here though, as Oriole falling and then ETC after those roots, and it's just gonna be Tychus and Li Ming now. There's like a 3-second delay, dude. It's almost instant. Punisher chasing down Tychus, not gonna be able to make it though. And with this Siege Camp and Catapult here, this is going to be a keep now with Oriole and ETC dead. I don't know. I think they could have just pushed there.
Yeah, they've got 20 seconds still before either of them.
Yeah, they had level 20s. Leoric was in the top lane. Oh, I was going to say, is Leoric going to go 1v4? Is this about to happen?
Trait value.
Right. Good point. Good point. Oh, and they had Hyperion. Like, hey, that's like 6,000-7,000 damage by itself.
Yeah.
All right. So 2 keeps down.
Yeah, they opted for getting another keep instead.
You know what they opted for? They wanted the XP. They wanted to level up these heroes.
In custom.
Exactly. All right, let's take a look at these level 20s, talk about these a little bit. So, Flashfire, is that what it's called? Yeah, I love it when I remember the name of talents that I actually don't know the name of. Exterminator there. No, that's the level 1. Execute for Raynor. Oh, here we go. Jet Propulsion. There's the Flashfire. That's what I was looking for. And look at those bodies. They are so close to each other. Like, you can't even see who that ghost is behind ETC. They're so overlapped. And now they're making their way to the core.
Right.
Oriole getting close enough to get the resurrection onto ETC there. So he's going to come back in with full health. He's going to get that stage dive. Lyric going to get the entomb onto Jaina, trying to get her killed. And the Li Ming orb will succeed. Can they defend this? Li Ming's got to pop off with these resets. Gets the kill onto Blaze. Can they do that? There's no way they can win though. Dark Cherry would gonna pop that indestructible. And they're trying. They want this Johanna so much. Are they? Oh no, ETC gave up on the chase. They're not going to get the kill onto Johanna, and they just spent the last 20 seconds trying to look for it. Oh no, this is so bad for them if they keep chasing now. Okay, they backed off. Still have Moops Encore. What is Moops? Is that supposed to be for catapults? Yes, Johanna somehow still alive. Uh-oh, Control Alt Delete. Good night, Oriole. She can res herself though. Did she? Oh, she is 20. And she took the upgraded. Check this out, 200% increased movement speed. You never saw that before the change to this talent. And also, while she's alive, while the player's alive, the cooldown refreshes double.
Huh.
And she gets out of there so fast too with that 4 seconds of triple movement speed, actually. So yeah, unless there's like some kind of Malfurion root or something there, your level 20 resurrect actually pretty much guarantees they're gonna make it out. Yeah, and you can see there the resurrection. Look at how quickly that's going down too. It's already gonna be back up before she even makes it up here. So ETZ does have stage dive. Did he go the upgraded crowd pleaser? He did not. He went Storm Shield.
Not even Death Mosh.
And Li Ming going into the Archon seems questionable to me, but we'll see. There's the deletion of Johanna. No more Johanna living forever here as the silence coming in, buried alive onto Blaze. Blaze is going to fall next. And Li Ming gets another reset. However, Oriole stupidly low here, going to see Leoric fall. Can you not resurrect Leoric? There's no body for them to resurrect. That's interesting. But there's a camp going on to the core. And the Pepegas have to deal with that soon, don't they? Like, that's 4 catapults and a... Oh, son of a... God, guys, I turned away for 1 second! Alright, well, ETC's gonna get resurrected, and the cooldown is... How is it already back up? That makes no sense. I don't know, but 3 people dead now. The resurrection cooldown is up.
She didn't use it just now, did she?
Yeah, she brought back ETC.
Oh, well.
So that's going to clear out bottom lane here. They did get some more core damage, though. Leoric coming in as well. But I don't see any way that, I mean, waiting on Cherry is definitely going to get this. Punisher should pretty easily get this keep. Looks like Oriole will be up around the time that it gets to the core, probably. So unless like they can just get some amazing Tychus Li-Ming combo reset value here, I don't see how they can defend this at this point with 32%. I don't know that I would have used the Hyperion there. I would have used it on the core, I think, but that's
They've
okay.
been able to defend it twice now.
That's true. That's true. And Punisher getting baited over, so the keep taking the damage there. Punisher sitting about 60% now. There's the Storm Shield coming out. Punisher jumping onto Leoric. And he's now unstoppable, getting that Wraithwalk just in time. However, the Entomb going out does get the big whiff. Is ETC going to fall next? Johanna gets that indestructible, but look at how much damage the core is taking, and that's going to be the end of the game. And waiting on Cherry, going to finish that one off with a big W. Never wait on Cherry to do anything, says Dax. You can look at how it glows yellow. I didn't see the Leoric. I mean, I guess I didn't see the glow that you were talking about there, Monkus. Dax is done.
I don't know about you, but I'm excited for this game too, Aero.
Are you? Do you know where we're going? Do you know what's going to happen?
No, but the Waiting on Cherry boys seem very excited for us to get there.
Fair enough. Well, it looks like we're going to be going to Volskaya Foundry, and it was the selection of Waiting on Cherry. I think I showed the stats earlier, so I think I'm good to pull us back here. Alice. Hey. All right. Let me get the names typed in, and then I owe Mantis some Alice time. Let's see. Spider had Ming. Oh, we're gonna see some excitement here. Wait, what is this noise?
Aero!
No,
None of the rest of us can see.
Dax, you've got some explaining to do. I almost retired from NGS because of this game. All right.
Aero, the suspense is
Come here, Alice.
killing
Come here.
us.
Come here. Come on. Come here. Come here. I was like, what are you doing? Come here. Come on. Up. Come on, they want to say hi.
Time an option.
Because he doesn't, like, he can't stand up on his feet, and I'm not going to pick him up. Come on. You want to come up? Up we go.
Oh,
There we go. Say hi to everybody, Alice. That would be Al saying hello.
Alice.
All right.
Such a pretty girl.
She is, isn't? Aren't you just super pretty, Alice? Huh? All right. So, hey, buddy, you'll get your turn eventually. All right. So I'm gonna tell you the. let's tell you the team that we have here. So we're gonna start with WeThePepegas. We have a Johanna tank. We have a Deckard healer. Solo lane's gonna be Rexar. And then we've got Chromie and Li Ming. So double mage, but otherwise relatively standard comp.
Okay.
Waiting on Cherry. We've got an Uther tank. We have a Rhaegar solo. And then we have an Ariel healer, a Kerosene damage, and a Lily question mark.
No. Did they actually play 5 healers?
The meme team. The meme is alive, ladies and gentlemen.
Aero.
Oh, Alice getting right up into the camera, licking her lips.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it happens. Hey, you okay? You want to get down now? Get down, there you go. Well, you can get down when I pause the game. There you go. All right, Alice. Thanks for joining me. Say goodbye to everybody. Goodbye, everybody. Bark, bark.
Yeah, is that what she sounds like?
Not even close. There you go. You want this one? All right. Here we go. Into game number 2 between WeThePepegas and Waiting on Cherry.
I'm so happy right now.
Oh my god. Yes, I'm catching this all on camera too. This is it's literally the cock spam. All right, well, go ahead and introduce your team.
Okay. Waiting on Cherry. They've got Uther is Darth Cherrywood, Chameleon TDK, wow, on Kerosene, Dax on Rhaegar, Mr. Potato Head on Ariel, and Death Punisher on Lily.
All right, over here to the left, we've got WeThePepegas. It's going to be Ryder on Li Ming, Chelsea playing the Chromie, Battle Hill on Johanna, Afreya going to be playing Deckard Cain, and Rexar in the bot lane, played by Durlock. Yeah, so this is a game that I feel like I could just go ahead and mute myself, just follow the heroes around, and it would be just as valuable. If this team wins, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna
and let him know what's going on right now.
You're gonna what?
I gotta tell Repsychic about this.
Oh yes. All right, so let's take a look at our support squad here. What do they have? So we've got the Hammer of the Lightbringer for Uther, Kerosene going into the damage, the Lightning Shield for Rhaegar, a Searing Light coming out of Oriel, and what is this? Free drinks for Lily. And I already know that Lily loses because she took free drinks instead of taking the Serpent. Not that the Serpent would have provided tons of value against a team that has absolutely no auto attacks, but it would have been more damage.
Nah, you gotta take the little fast panda at 1.
I mean, that could work, yeah. I mean, you could go into tank Lily build like that, too. It'd just take a lot of levels to get there. Although, that wouldn't really work very well against this team.
5 healers for a quick win.
Fair. Well, we do have Kerosene already having picked up the turret, so the biotic emitter gonna be contested anyways here by this 4 healer squad, as they're now also getting level 4 first. Rhaegar sitting in that lane gathering the XP. Takes him a while to get there, having to use the assistance from the Pepegas to bring that support camp down quickly.
Freaking team of 5 healers stopping to pick up the biotic emitter.
They need mana. Hello.
True, true.
So it's going to be Ruby here for Deckard. Looking over at the talents for WeThePepegas. So got the Scroll of Identify. And that's going to be really helpful to help out with the Li Ming bombs, the Chromie bombs. Eventually, you know, getting that additional armor reduction can be just super strong. Let's see, what do we have? We have Aetherwalker for Li Ming going into that orb build. I think this is one where I think Power Hungry gets a lot of value because generally speaking, those control points are very close to lanes with healing globes. So it depends if, you know, it'll depend on what Rider goes into here as to whether that gets as much value as it could be. No, Ana plus Deckard equals holy shit, Scroll of Stone Curse. Yes, no doubt. No doubt. But they already had 5 healers on the one side. I mean, this is a 6 healer game. What do you want from us here? Actually, Ana was banned, so there you go. Makes sense. Ana into 5 healers, yeah, you'd want to ban that. So Deathwing, Zul'jin, and Ana were the bans here from Waiting on Cherry. WeThePepegas banned out Blaze, Kael'thas, and Jaina. So go figure, the mage team bans out the mages, and the healer team bans out the healer. Death Punisher, though, getting brought very low. But by the way, there are 4 healers here. And, yeah, tons of potions, but those are on the other side. Oh, Time Trap coming out. Gonna get the... Do they get the kill onto the Kerosene? Maybe? No? No.
Oh, he's got 4 other healers.
This is... Like, I just don't even... Like, calling anything out. It's just like, whatever, everybody's healed. Okay. Although the turrets, the blue turret's down, the red turret's still going. It's gone. Oh, Lily goes down. No. First blood, and make it the second blood. Ariel gonna be the second one to fall. And it feels bad having the panda being the first one down.
Aww.
But 99% so far on the channel here for Waiting on Cherry. So they're still in a pretty decent place. Rhaegar now working with Kerosene to get the point started for their turret camp. There's another turret camp available for the Pepegas if they want to head over there, but looks like Deckard wants to drop some potions here, set things up for his team. And we're at 60% for WeThePepegas. There goes Temporal Loop. The first ultimate for the team here as the cooldown reduction coming out, getting some deep breath in the back. The turret also used. Chameleon gonna be the first to fall as Scroll of Identify completed, and deep breath going nuts here. Uther, very low, is gonna get healed up. Ultimately okay. And never mind, not so okay now. It's gonna give the first Punisher over to WeThePepegas. Seeing Uther die there just was... I was like, wait, did somebody die? No, that was just the completion. So Johanna and Rhaegar here in the bot lane trying to get that XP. And WeThePepegas are pretty close to level 10 here. Interested to see what the ultimates will be for them. Now, of important note, Deckard did go into Emerald as well, so that's going to be extremely helpful when trying to focus down one of these healer targets.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big game.
Well, the top fort here under half thanks to the Protector. The mid fort also about half thanks to the split push with Chromie. Chromie not one you would think would be doing a whole lot of siege damage, but does do some for sure. And all the while, Johanna getting the XP, being that solo laner, as Rexar was in the Protector there. But the Pepegas making their way onto this support camp here. And here comes all of the supports for Waiting on Cherry, saying, hey, we want to do damage on this. 7-sided used to eliminate Misha, but it's going to be Uther falling first on the side of Waiting on Cherry. They're looking for the Kerosene, getting the deep breath damage going out. There was some other effect there that I looked like a spinning circle, but it wasn't Blessed Shield because that's not been used. Oriole resurrecting Uther. He's gonna get that Divine Storm onto Deckard Cain. Deckard's gonna fall to Lily, and the Li Ming Orb's getting value here. But Johanna getting stunned. They're gonna get the kill onto Karazim, and the reset's coming out, finishing off the Uther for the second time. And waiting on Cherry in full retreat.
You know, the real problem here for waiting on Cherry is that they went Water Dragon instead of Jugs.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be solo casting for the rest of the night.
The cops would have kept everyone alive, Aero. Instead of one person being slightly slow.
It's a big burst of damage, though, and she has... Oh, she didn't take the spell power at 4, so never mind. All right, well, we're going to get this camp invade from the Pepegas. Misha getting slammed against a wall. And Uther here getting stunned by Misha. Uther looking for the return, does stun back, but the temporal loop coming out. Can they get the kill onto Uther? No, he's just a little bit too far away. Water Dragon coming out, but unstoppable used by Johanna to keep her out of harm's way. Or at least any more of harm's way. Level 13 is just about to come up here for WeThePepegas.
I'm getting another terminal ready for you.
So what do you think this this 5 healer comp needs to do to pick up this next protector? As our resident healer expert.
Yeah, I mean, the hard part is, like, you've got 5 healers, you can heal everybody and stay on the point, but how do you get Johanna off the point to be able to complete the channel?
Terminal activated.
Well, it seems to me that you just have to kill everybody else first. And they almost had it. They almost had the kill onto Li Ming, but that Detainment Strike went out onto Misha instead of Li Ming. So either great zoning by Durlock to make sure that happened, or just an unfortunate placement of the skill shot. As Darth Cherrywood having to pull back here. Misha's coming out, but 7-sided. Okay, here we go with the Bloodlust. They get the Misha kill, and big Root coming out to put them behind here. Ruby's going into the team, but nobody really able to get into that. I'm gonna come back to that because there are a couple of games that I've seen where people have done that. Here comes the temporal loop, but by the way, cleanse coming out. We have a couple of different cleanses. Both Uther and Rhaegar have cleanses on this. Surprisingly, Lily did not go into that cleanse, but Uther's still going to fall. Do we have a resurrect? We do. It's available. Mr. Potato Head, staying in the region there, is eventually going to get the resurrect off there. So, well, I thought they were going to pull back, but they're not. Uther's coming in, looking for the Deckard. The Lornado coming out to zone him out. Water Dragon going to land on Misha, so she really just doesn't even care. 7-sided coming out. Darth Cherrywood going to be falling as he does get the Divine Storm just at the last moment there. However, Rexar is surrounded by the red health bars here. They're going to get the kill on to Karazim first. And now Rexar's looking for that Oriole. Misha going to find Rhaegar first. So what I was going to say is like the placement of ruby potions is really critical if you're going to take that talent and actually use it. You've got to put it in a place where heroes are actually going to go. Otherwise, it's just a boost on your Heraldric Cube for damage, which is nice, I guess, but it's only half the ability, right? And those lesser potions heal for a ton. It's like 500 per, 469 per at this level. So dropping them just at the back of the team just because you can hit 3 or 4 people, like literally just a damage bonus, that's it. Oh, here comes the 7-sided onto the Protector. A little bit of damage going out onto Chelsea to mitigate the full value of that 7-sided. But the bottom fort wall, or bottom fort here, about a third of its total health. Chameleon having to use that Radiant Dash to get away. Flipping over there to Uther. And Uther getting melted by that disintegrate. Bottom fort is going to go down. Any level 16 talents you think would be especially helpful here for waiting on Cherry?
What is 16?
Man, Johanna just does not care. She's like, hey, I see that you guys are 5 healers and Wheelie has no mana. I'm coming back in on this. Misha coming in with the Bestial Wrath as well. And Uther's gonna get brought back here. Oriel does use that hope. Doesn't matter, just not enough.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing for them, right? Like, how do they kill a Johanna as 5 healers? There's not much you can do.
I mean, I think they just have to ignore Johanna and they have to look for the kills onto, you know, somebody in the back line. They have this sustain in general to be able to just say, excuse me, I'm walking past you. It's not easy to do.
Until Deckard drops an emerald on their face.
Exactly, and that's the biggest challenge then, is they can walk past, but if they get an emerald on top of them, that makes it a lot harder. And Misha's been doing a fantastic job. Durlock's playing Rexar here quite well, making sure that Misha is taking a lot of the abilities that would otherwise hinder the team, whether it's that Water Dragon, you know, zoning out the team with Misha Charge, even sending Misha in to take 7-sided strikes. This could be a deadly Ming, though. There's the 7-sided. Yep, there they go. And Uther popping that Divine Storm, gonna get the kill onto Rexar here. The Bloodlust coming out as Chameleon having to wait out the Temporal Loop. Uther getting very low, is gonna get some healing there. Pulling back away as the Scroll of Healing now right into the group, but that's still gonna get 2 kills. And you know what, if you can't walk into the enemy team, just let the enemy team walk into you with their squishies, and that works too. Kind of like Deckard Cain walking into a Uther comboed with Oriel Detainment Strike.
You hate to see it.
And that was an aggressive rotation from Deckard too. Like, there was no reason to go that way.
Yeah. So in the last like 30 seconds, waiting on Cherry, they've gotten 3 of their 5 kills this game.
So let's see, did he take Way of the 100 Fists? Okay, so he went damage, not worried about the other. Okay, so Chromie went into the, I don't even know what this is called. Stuck in a loop. So she gets the extra pullback, but also cooldown reduction. Oh my goodness. Cooldown reduction increased from 500% to 700%. So that, oh, she just becomes a turret monster with those sandblasts. Probably gets like 1 or 2 extra versions of her deep breath in there too. Well, this is kind of the defining moment, I think, for waiting on Cherry. Because level 20s are available here. Rhaegar's still up top, so I think they need to all pull it back away. Oh, Uther, you're going the wrong way on a conveyor belt, buddy. I gotta sneeze. This is unfortunate timing. 7-sided goes out, Uther falling, Oriel falling, no resurrect here.
Yeah, now they're gonna be 3v5 for a long time and still quite a ways from 20.
Yeah, and that was an unfortunate set of circumstances there for waiting on Cherry. I probably am gonna have another sneeze in there, so if I disappear for a moment, that'll be why. Oriel can resurrect herself too, but she's in such a dangerous place, and we can see Misha's waiting for it. Like, Misha's just sitting there going, I'm hungry. And it's not, at this point, it wouldn't even be worth it.
Yeah, wouldn't be worth.
A lot of damage, though. The keep wall here in the bot lane, all the way gone. Water Dragon coming out looking for Li Ming. Looks like a little bit of lack of coordination, we'll say, between the Lily and Karazim there. So right now, waiting on Cherry's just looking for their level 20s. And I hope they get it, because I want to see what they take at level 20.
Hope
So-
they do too. I need more of this game.
Well, there goes Bloodlust only on Rhaegar. And Rhaegar's going to be able to walk away. It looks like maybe, maybe not. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. It's just like watching waves here, just up and then down and up and down. Mr. Potato Head there, almost dying, but by the way, full health bar. Now well, half health bar because of the hope. Chameleon there falling pretty low as well. And there's the 7-sided. Still no level 20s. Uther falling. Karazim falling. And there's level 20s. Let's just see what they pick. Okay, so Shield of Hope. Benediction. Not Benediction. That's Redemption, rather. Getting the cooldown reduction rewind. Double Dragons. And there's the Divine Storm here. But by the way, Disintegrate into 2 people. Just bringing them down super low. Looking for the Chromie. Can they get it? Oh, it's so close. They get it. And they lose the Uther. But he's coming back. He's got Redemption. Karazim hasn't even bothered to take his level 20 because he's like, I'm 25 seconds away from being on the map. It's not even worth me taking this and changing stats. As the core going to fall, and WeThePepegas saying, hey, get those memes out of here.
Sometimes memes are better left as dreams.
That is a very wise thing to say, Lulu.
Thank you.
All right, before we switch over to the stats page, have you looked at stats? Don't look at the stats if you haven't.
I haven't.
Okay. Which healer, there are 6 of them, which healer do you think had the most healing?
It's gotta be Deckard, right?
Probably. So let's say that it's not. Let's take Deckard out of the equation. Who do you think other than Deckard? You can look at the talents, just don't look at the stats. I know who I think it is.
Lily.
I think it's Oriel.
Oh, that makes more sense.
All right, let's swap over and see. It is Lily.
Hey, my girl.
There you go. Still tilted, says Dax.
Never doubted Lily. Never doubted Lily.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
the best.
What did she get
She
at
actually-
additional damage? Yeah.
She beat Deckard too.
Yeah, by a fair bit too. You know why? Because nobody took those small potions. I mean, no joke. There's probably 30,000 healing that was just left on the ground from those tiny potions.
I mean, he was probably also using Emerald a lot too.
Freya says, yeah, I agree. Because as a Deckard player, like, you know how frustrating that is. You're like, there's 3,000 healing there. Somebody go, like, int for it because you'll be full health.
Yeah, I'm personally not a fan of Ruby.
I love Ruby. I've loved Ruby since it came out. I thought it was absolutely fantastic, but it depends on the team. You have to have a team that wants to be up in the face of your enemies for that to work. And this was not, for what it's worth, this was not a team that was like that, right? You had Johanna and Misha. So, you know, if you had a Maiev, if you had a Kira, like we saw earlier, you know, even like Genji, potentially, you know, those frontliners that want to be up in somebody's face, like the Ruby gets a lot more value. So this was really just the opportunity for Johanna to stay in for basically forever, especially against an all-healer team. So, all right, so where do you think, you can't see it yet, I don't think, right? The map we're going to?
No.
So, you know what? I'll put it, let me update. I did update the score, so let me put it on the map so you can see the map overlay. Where do you think we're going to go based on what's left?
How about some Alterac? That's what would be fun.
Are you watching the stream?
Yes.
All right, then you'll see it when it pops up.
I don't know what that is. Is that Battlefield?
It is Battlefield. Now,
Would have been my second choice.
that said, our teams committed the cardinal sin of switching sides.
Ugh. How dare they? Must have been because waiting on Cherry was super tilted at that point.
Probably they were like, oh, we lost that game. Clearly it's because we were on the wrong side. Gonna see more Oriole? Doesn't surprise me. I expect that Oriole is pretty much top tier at this point on the healing side.
I don't like that you keep cheating and seeing the comps before everyone else can.
Well, I mean, that's fair, Lulu. And one day, when you grow up and become a real caster, you can look at all this too.
I am a real caster. I have the tag. This has a co in front of it, you know?
Indeed.
So I can sit back and let other people do all the hard work. I mean, what?
Dax says I called for a sub. Did I? I wanted out. Oh no,
Okay,
they're on the right
so-
side. I don't know why it. The
So
stream said that you
Dax,
guys are on the right side.
or anyone, when was the decision made, hey, let's play 5 healers?
When they banned
And
Ana.
who made that decision?
All right, these are all set up, and let's. All right, here we go. Game number 3. It's gonna be Battlefield of Eternity. Go ahead and start with your side here on the right.
Okay. For waiting on Cherry, the Tilted Boys. They got Darth Cherrywood on ETC, Chameleon TDK on Greymane, Death Punisher on Tyrande, Dax on Imperius, and Mr. Potato Head on the Chromie.
And over here to the left, we've got WeThePepegas. It's going to be Battle Hill on Johanna, Chelsea on Thrall, Freya on Ariel, Ryder on the Li Ming, and Rain are going to be played by Durlock. And I have to say, I do got to give some points over here to waiting on Cherry, knowing full well that they were not being cast and still committing to the meme of spamming their mounts in the graveyard there.
You know, they trusted you that you would come in someday and give them the replay cast.
Indeed. All right, well, the Lunar Flare gonna hit onto Johanna, followed up there by the Hunter's Mark and Power Slide. So, talent-wise, so we have a couple of exciting talents here. So we've got the Crash Lightning, aka Trash Lightning. Sorry, Chelsea. I'm sure you're a wonderful human being. We've got the Righteous Assault from Oriel, so that's different from what we've seen earlier, getting the cooldown reduction. Let's see, what else? On the right side, we've got the Hunter's Mark, the Mark of Mending. So is that something that commonly comes up on Battlefield of Eternity? And does that work if you put that on the Immortal, or is it only on Heroes?
So I'm not gonna lie, I haven't used that talent before, but I've seen it on a couple of these Battlefield of Eternity matches now, and I'm very curious about it.
Well, there you go. Freya says it works. So there you go. Now you know. And knowing is better than not knowing.
Oh, okay. Well,
Dax says no, it doesn't. Please stop. It's okay. You guys are D West. Lulu's D East, so you don't have to worry about the scouting. So this is, by the way, this is an interesting change in the solo laner here, because we've got Thrall in the main 4-man and Raynor up in the top. Not how you would normally expect to see that. Mr. Potato Head, though, almost dying there.
Chromie. Oh, and the blind.
ETC getting the Detainment Strike into the corner, looking for that Power Slide over Thrall, but Thrall's able to sneak away. Speaking of Trash Lightning, I actually played a brawl here yesterday, I think, with our good friend Psychic, and had the opportunity to play Thrall, and it was me versus 2 Thralls, and we all took Trash Lightning, and I completed mine at level 8. That was exciting. We won that game hard. because Trash Lightning, turns out, gets a lot of value on brawls.
Not so trash lightning.
It's not so trash. It's like trashing lightning. All right, so Shaman Camp picked up on both sides here as we've got Waiting on Cherry getting right away onto their Immortal. They've got the Greymane to provide big burst damage there. Also, the Chromie. Chromie provides a lot of value single target into this as well, now that she can hit it with her Sandblasts. But being zoned out now, 5 versus 5 down here in the bot. And both teams are pretty much almost dead even in experience. As Celestial Charge going in, Freya having to pull back there on the Oriole, has no hope. If only she had an Obi-Wan Kenobi. But up in the top, Raynor.
Oh.
Doing Raynor things.
Oh. Thrall live?
But Thrall dies.
Does not live.
So, I wanted to point out, I brought up the XP here. It quite literally was within like less than 100 XP until they got the Thrall kill. Halftime in favor of the Pepegas, as Raynor got all of that value earlier, but Raynor went up to the top lane, so their primary race here for the Immortal, not here, just getting here now. And Johanna trying to stall out whatever she can. Big blind, though. Absolutely monstrous, getting the delay on Greymane and Tyrande, but just not quite enough. And it feels bad, because if Raynor had just come down and gotten a couple of autos with that Exterminator talent, would have been enough to secure them the Immortal. Yeah, Joe did really well there in the stall, just not enough. Oh, Thrall gets taken out.
Poor Thrall.
I think there was a single B step in there. just one. Just enough to say, hey, I might Hearth, but I'm not going to. The Immortal nearly dead here, so just the wall going to go down as level 7's available for Waiting on Cherry. So pretty solid defense. In fact, they actually have more damage on the bottom fort from WeThePepegas here from their Shaman Camp than Waiting on Cherry got from their Immortal.
It's true.
Oh, Imperious looking for the Li Ming, but the Juke's coming out here, and John is going to get that Condemn, pulling them all in. And the blinds. Raynor, however, up in the top lane is getting all that soak, so going to be able to catch them up pretty well. 18 stacks currently on Crash Lightning. And Thrall going in, looking for this ETC. Li Ming just a little bit too far away to be able to help. By the way, Chelsea, it's just a joke about the Trash Lightning. It has its place. And actually, this is probably one of the places that it's of relative value, so play what works for you. We're just having fun for the lulz. Johanna going in, getting that Condemn. There's not a lot of minion help there, and Ironskin used to make sure that ETC can't get that power slide. And I gotta tell you, watching that power slide feels like, I don't know why, but that particular power slide looked like it was slow compared to when you're actually casting power slide, when it seems so fast. And nice combo there from the Time Trap plus Lunar Flare, knocking him back into the Deep Breath as well. Johanna's probably okay here. Thrall as well, but they're having to disengage, and that's the Siege Camp going over to Waiting on Cherry. Raynor's going to get started onto this, as is Li Ming, and I think that's really important, is aggressive positioning here to get as much as they can before they have to pull back here. Although maybe a little bit sooner would have been great.
Yeah.
To pull back.
Yeah.
They didn't really have good vision, so it made it a little bit difficult for them to do so safely. Level 10's now available here for Waiting on Cherry, so all they can really do on the side of the Pepegas is soak lanes and try to get some poke damage in here occasionally, and try to do so safely. Li Ming does have a couple places she can do that, you know, with relative safety. And Thrall taking the bloodthirst and saying, I want these chain lightning stacks. But now the defensive positions, I guess, defensive for the teams, aggressive for the Immortals. Is going to give Waiting on Cherry the opportunity now to pretty easily secure this. Wrath of the NGS coming in onto Li Ming. She has no mana, by the way. She also has no health, as the Mosh Pit landing onto 2 that are left. Thrall's Sundering going out is going to protect them, but they need to just back away at this point. Go back and defend that. Now Rainer's going to come into the bot lane, maybe gather some of this soak, but I don't know if I like that. I think that Rainer at this point especially needs to be with the team on the Immortal, because he's their primary burn for the Immortal.
So much resurrect in these games after her change.
I didn't even catch it. I see that she was dead right at the wall, though. But yeah, I mean, Resurrect with the shortened cooldown and with the 100% health is just huge. It's such a value talent now compared to Crystal Aegis. And again, the combo there, this time with Temporal Loop, getting the kill onto the Li Ming. Almost like they've practiced the timing on that. Yeah, I mean, Resurrect was an absolute trash talent. It was never good. Actually, it was good, if I remember correctly, when it first came out, because there wasn't a delay. It was just, you were there, right? It was a half-second cast, and then you resurrected with half of your health, if I remember correctly. But now, being full health and a shorter cooldown, like, it makes it kind of valuable. And the 200% movement speed and cooldown reduction at level 20 makes it even crazier, because it means that the person's almost certainly going to get out.
Yeah, that's true. But hear me out. Resurrect gets no value if your team doesn't die. Or your teammates don't die. So just... I don't know.
Yes,
It's
that is true.
Planning on people dying.
It is a safety measure. It's a defensive tactic, assuming that at some point something will happen that somebody will die. But yes, if you are already winning so hard that you don't ever have anybody die, then yes, you're right. It's a worthless ult. And there goes Thrall.
I mean, if people die in your games, people don't die in my games.
If you're winning that hard, then you don't really care about whether or not you took Resurrect. So there you go. Oh, here comes Thrall. They're looking for it. There's the stun one. Looking for... There's the power slide. Just a little bit too late. Getting pulled back in by something. I don't remember what it was. But Thrall's going to get taken out anyway, so... And that's the... that's ye old Resurrect value of old. And now they get a second kill onto the Rainer. Oh, that was a great detainment strike there. Knocking back the Imperious from the Wrath of Angeris. This was the worst they raged at me. Fair enough. I mean, so Crystal Aegis is a great ability if you can make use of that and the player survives. Then it's obviously better than resurrecting them, because you don't give the XP to the enemy team. You don't trigger things like Untouchable or any of those, kill bonus abilities.
Right. But
it's also a short duration stasis where 100% that player's coming out right there. So either way, either ult is going to put a player in a specific location in a short period of time, but one of them gives them full health. Wrath of Angeris missing there, as halftime does get triggered by Waiting on Cherry. And we'll zoom out a little bit here as we're going to see the... even farther, there we go. We're going to see Waiting on Cherry get working on their Shaman camp. They've got level 13s. And we'll see. I don't know if they have the idea that this is going on or if they're just trying to push in. But Johanna getting pulled back there is going to get taken out. The Iron Skin already used. And it looks like Chelsea going to be the next to fall, probably. Only one more stack of Crash Lightning. And I mean, to be fair, that could actually work really well, because then they can get, damage into the backline. They can get onto the Chromie. But I don't know. I mean, they still don't have anybody that's going to get back into Chromie. So other than the poke damage, and Tronda can just heal back up, I guess. I don't know. Shaman Camp getting that top wall. So getting value, sending the Immortal into the bot lane. That said, Raynor's going to be here to help defend it, so we'll see. We see the bush gank potential here from ETC and Greymane. We also have the Chromie down below, getting the temporal loop onto Ariel. So that would probably be the best case for the Crystal Aegis is, hey guys, by the way, we have a temporal loop. Dark Cherrywood falling extremely low. The Sundering just about finishing the job, but not quite. Missing by just the tip. Raynor, however, getting caught by the Wrath of Angeris, pulled back into the team, looking for the power slide stun. And the kill. And that's going to be this keep going down here. Freya says, I thought about that after I picked Rez. Yeah, fair enough. Curse Bullet going out onto Li Ming, and she says, you know what, I'm going to stand here with this Disintegrate. Don't worry about me. I got this. Spoiler alert, she did not have this. But I appreciate her tenacity. And the core is defended here. The Resurrect coming in onto Li Ming. So she is back on the map. 80-second cooldown. But 80 seconds is fine. Just the tip. Exactly, Ryder. Just the tip. Missed it by just the tip. And we're gonna see this Shaman Camp picked up. I like that they picked that up. The timing of it, it's not going to get any value, but it gives them XP and it denies it from going over to waiting on Cherry, which, considering the level 16s, Li Ming's just dead. Oh, the Celestial Charge misses Li Ming with the jukes. Oh, she doesn't have the extra range on her teleport, so. Does she somehow survive this? Uh-oh. Raynor may not survive this, though. There was a debt to be paid, and ultimately it was Raynor who paid it.
This is why you never try to save your friends. You get killed for doing it.
Right? Yikes. Alright, well, you know what? That Shaman Camp that I said wasn't going to get any value just took out a fort. But they traded a Raynor for it, so coin flip, I guess.
I mean, periodic XP feels good, man.
Yep, gets him a little bit closer. So Imperius is down in the bot lane, and they see that. So Raynor's going to get started on this Immortal here. Rest of the team coming in as well. But so are their opponents. Greymane going to the Immortal at first there, got stunned out of it. Cursed Bullet landing onto Johanna, so she pops that Iron Skin to go ahead and get out of there. Sundering going out to try to keep Thrall alive. Needs that Wind Fury. There it is. But the Immortal halftime going over to WeThePepegas. And now they're in a position for defensive, but they're going to send both Li Ming and Raynor back. And I think that was a bad call. There's the power slide in onto a Freya. Stun hitting the Johanna as well from the Lunar Flare. The time trap, I think, ultimately saved Ariel there for just a moment, but it's going to be Greymane and then Tyrande falling, and these health bars are just dropping.
Oh my god.
A quad kill. Can they catch up to Chromie?
And Ariel's back.
They do. Can he kill her? I don't think he can. It was close. Yeah, they're pinging about that. I get it. Finish the Immortal. Like, it's important. Send one person back and finish the Immortal. You got the Shaman Camp now. That'll put it in top lane along with this Immortal. And that's it's a great place. It's the first step in returning into this game. And that's going to give them a lot of push. The bot lane has a lot of push, though, as well. And Li Ming's going to go address it. I think Li Ming's probably, unfortunately, the one with the least wave clear to deal with it. But once those catapults are cleared, she can get up to her team and start pushing with this here. Needs to be here soon, though. Like, can't wait on those. Yeah, taking too much time, and she's low health and mana. Oh, no. So the one thing I would have said there was they could have waited to kill the minions, let Li Ming actually get a little closer. Because now the Immortal already at half health because it was able to get to the wall. ETC getting stunned. The Sundering come out. They get the kill onto ETC. Oh my goodness. Oh, and the resets getting the kill onto Toronto. They get the kill onto Imperius too. What's happening? And level 20 is coming up in just a second for both teams. Temporal Loop onto the Thrall. And there goes the Arcane Orb onto Chromie. The Immortal's dead, but the Storm Shield coming out, and they're going to make their way onto the core. The Archon coming out, burning this core down. And that's going to be the kill onto Greymane. And WeThePepegas pull it off.
Wow.
What?
So that happened.
Oh my goodness. Stupid teleport into NGS. Fair enough, Ryder. Wow. Holy cow. I can't believe that ended like that. That was... I mean, again, I said this the other day too, but like, you know, we had a game that we watched. It was a Div S game where Broken Alliance came back against God, I don't remember who it was, but they were on Cursed Hollow. They had 56% on their core. They had a curse going against them. I think they were down 20s, and they were able to not only defend the curse, they were able to push back, and their core had 36%, or 38%. They ended up winning the game. This is another example of exactly that, where everything looks like it's against you, and you just have to stick it out, because you can come back in these games. Until the core is dead, you have the opportunity. So, congratulations, WeThePepegas. Holy cow, I admit, I thought that was going... I knew this was a 3-game series going into it. I didn't remember who won. I just assumed, based on the way this game was going, that it was not going to end the way it did. So, holy smokes.
Yeah, that was quite a comeback.
Yikes. Did I update this? Yeah, gotta showcase that. Let's go back to the pregame here. 2-1 victory for WeThePepegas over Waiting on Cherry. So let's take just a quick peek here and see how these teams are doing so far this season. Give them a little bit of an opportunity. You know, it's a replay cast, so we can do things like this. Do whatever we want. All right, so wow, a lot of games played so far for these. Unless there are some forfeits, I'll take a look at that in a second. But let's take a look at these standings here. So we have... What's that?
2 teams that have left.
Oh, well, there you go.
West.
So WeThePepegas and Waiting on Cherry, neck and neck. 10 points and 9. So ultimately, without the 2 forfeits, that's 4 and 3. So let's see. How are these teams doing here? So we had the 2 forfeits, as you mentioned. WeThePepegas played against Ghosts of Yavapai County, beat them 2-1. They played against Psystorm, lost 2-0 to Psystorm. And then, of course, the 2-1 here that we saw, victory over Waiting on Cherry. Waiting on Cherry has the 2 forfeits. They've played 1 less game so far. And they did beat Bloodbath and Beyond 2-1. I think that I cast that, actually, now that I think about that. I did. I'm 99% sure I did.
This is what happens when you cast 30 games. You don't
Sure
know
did.
what's what. No, like 35.
Let's see, 4. So yeah, I think you're right. I think this is 35. Yeah. So there you go, guys. I mean, that was a fun set to cast. What did you think, Lulu?
I am so happy that 5 healer game happened. I really wish that Waiting on Cherry would have won that game, because then I could take that to my team and be like, hey, look at this, we need to do this. But yeah, I can't do that
Indeed.
now.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
not
a
game.
shame.
I want to go here.
But I appreciate the memes. That was a lot of fun.
It definitely made it a different experience to try to cast that. But it was a lot of fun casting that that second game. The third game, though, I have to say, in all seriousness, I don't feel like that was a throw so much as WeThePepegas doing a really good job. Like, I think it would take so much away from what they did to win that game 3. You can certainly, Dex, you can certainly say game 2 was a throw, like throwing the meme out there, and losing and then ultimately losing the set feels bad. But I feel like game 3 really was a solid play there by WeThePepegas to succeed in that. So good on them.
Sure.
Always ban Blaze, ban the Johanna. Fair enough. So let's see, what time is it? It's 6:30. I started at 2:30. That's not all that long ago. What do you think? Should we do another one? You know what? Let's poll chat.
What are you gonna poll chat? Should Aero do more work?
Something like that. All right, chat, you guys have got, I'm going to do a 60-second timer on this because we don't have a delay. Content does not meet guidelines. What?
Aero, what kind of
Oh, you know what?
racy poll are you making?
It's because, I bet it's because of jailbait. Hold up. It is.
Yeah, that might do it.
Yeah. So vote in chat up above the chat window there. If you want another match, vote for which match. And if you think, you know what, it's been plenty, we can go ahead and call it a day with forecasts, then just go ahead and vote for that one. But yeah, so there are a few names. Die for Vision is one, Arrogant Nephilim is one. Apparently Jailbait is one. That Twitch's like adjustments to their policies just kind of, you just can't do it anymore. It just shuts down. So yeah, there you go.
Twitch has a way of shutting that all down.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah, we don't want to.
It's an old meme.
What is?
Nothing.
Okay. Afraid, yeah, stupid combustion that we all decided to just stand in consistently. Easy to have happen. All right, so at this point, it's a coin flip between the Div B match and that we should just not cast anymore. So I think that means we should cast the Div B match.
All right.
Tie goes to the caster, right? All right, so I'll go post about that in chat. I'm gonna put just a slightly longer timer on because I gotta feed the dogs. It's that time. So we'll come back and then we'll put up Jailbait versus Phoenix Rising Ruby. So we'll be back in I'm gonna put up 10 minutes. We'll be back in 10 minutes.